Hi Scorpio, it's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here for our October 2020 reading. Just a little prelude. We have Saturn going direct September 29th. It was retrograde. It had gone direct into Aquarius in January briefly and then retrograded back. And then we had lockdown, right? Because Saturn is government, old father time, male-dominated society, old reform from people that are dead 1,000 years. You know, this isn't working for us. We need a new whole way of doing government in the world. And Saturn has been in Capricorn since 2018 it entered there, and then it retrograded out and then back. So it's restructuring and destroying governments in general in the world. But depending on where Capricorn is in your chart, Scorpio, is where you're feeling this. So when it goes direct in December 17th and its shadow is 2 weeks, that will bring us to December 31st. And you know what happens? That's New Year's Eve. Everybody's at father time, old man time, exit. That is Kronos. That is Saturn. So we're exiting out that energy and moving back into Aquarius for January 1st. And Aquarius is about freedom, Scorpio. It's about social organizations, groups, humanitarianism, the maverick, the rebel, higher mind, freedom, fun, play, the Aquarian age. So with that being said, as that moves forward, we should be feeling the release of the prison-like structures in our government and our societies and in our personal lives also with this whole virus thing. And then Pluto's been dancing tightly together with Saturn wreaking havoc on us since over last year, and it's been screwing with the whole world, but it's a catalyst for change. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio now, but the ancient ruler, is Mars, the fire, and you bring that fire. You're about power and desire and creation. So your sign is about life, death, and rebirth. You destroy, eviscerate, pulverize everything you touch, but then you create something new and beautiful and wonderful out of it. So with Pluto going direct October 4th, and after its shadow of 14 days, you should also be feeling, and you're also probably in your social return, your solar return, you'll start to feel things sometimes up to 3 months prior to your birth date, or 6 weeks. And you should start to feel a renewal of energy, things changing in your life. You're being called to a new life. It's the old life is dead. You're entering into this newness, new you. And then Jupiter is retrograde, dancing close by, like, hey, can I play? Trying to catch up with them. And that's about abundant blessings. And that, I think, goes direct in November. We have time for that. But anyway, so for right now, we're looking at this energy of moving forward, destroying things that no longer serve our highest purpose, to replace them with something that's better and very transformational. Not everybody's going to deal with this transformation very well. We're going back into the world, a different person. And people who don't change and adapt to it aren't going to make it. They're going to be the curmudgeons and the zombies. The rest of the people who are woke and aware are going to go into this new world and make something new and beautiful out of it that's better than what was there before. Okay, that being said, getting off my pulpit here. Let's see what we have. Oh, and Mars, your ancient ruler, is retrograde in Aries, its home sign, and it's going to be 6 weeks this time. It's a very long time. It doesn't usually take that long. But so that's about the self and working on the self. But where in your chart is that you're working on things in your life and a reflection of yourself, your finances? Is it your belief system? Is it your job? Everybody's going to be different. Where did you come from? Did you just fall out? All right, well, I'm going to honor that. I don't know why it fell out, but it did. So that's the first one I did that. All right, very nice. The Hanging Man. Now, this is a watery energy here with the Hanging Man because this is Neptune. The Hanging Man represents releasing things and letting go. It's a major arcana. All right, so you're looking at things from a new perspective right now, Scorpio. You're realizing what was going on wasn't working for you. Whatever had you chained and bound, that you allowed yourself to be held prisoner to, a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of feeling, you're no longer going to be doing that. You're putting yourself into a different position so that you can realize things around you aren't the way that you thought they were. Things around you are either more dangerous or volatile or more opportunistic for joy and happiness. It's going to be different for each of you. But with Neptune, it's about taking off the rose-colored glasses and not looking at things in a fantasy way or delusional way. This is about seeing the real. And once you see the real, like I said, you're woke, especially Scorpio, you're going to make the change. So this is about you saying, okay, I'm going to let go of this way. It wasn't working for me. And I kept myself in this paradox because I really thought I needed to be this kind of human being, mother, father, sister, brother, friend, and I don't have to be that. And I don't need to be that. It's time for me to break free as the phoenix and rise above the situation. Excuse me. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be letting go of the past and realizing I'm at peace right now at releasing this because I have something better for me that's not going to keep me chained down. Right, look at these majors. I just realized this. Libra, I think, is the only one that had 2 majors, but now you do too. Now the Emperor, this is Aries, okay? Aries energy, and I was just saying it's retrograde, and we have the full moon in Aries this October. Excuse me. And you look at what's culminated and released in the last year with the Aries full moon. It was about yourself. First house. What did you do and change about you in the last year from the last full moon in Aries? How are you forging ahead? How are you building something new? How are you deepening your spirituality? How are you getting more in touch with your sacred masculine energy, that divine masculine energy that we all have, that balance of the divine feminine? And you want to be grateful for that you've achieved in this last year. But this is about who's the boss. You're the boss. Who's ruling the kingdom? You are. And if you can't, you need to step aside and abdicate the throne. So if this is a woman that's watching this reading, this is about a man very close to you. And either he needs to step up or step aside. And you might be seeing things about him that you didn't want to realize, or you did, and you kept yourself chained to. This is about you releasing him and you taking control. For others of you, you're looking at things differently in the way that you were working or showing up to the world. You may be changing the way you were working. You're like, I am not going to put in over 40 hours a week for this job anymore. I didn't have to do it while I was on furlough or I got laid off. I have a whole new perspective and a regard for myself and respect for myself, regard for this job or going to school. And you're saying like, what, I'm making changes here. I've learned my lesson. I'm mastering myself because what was going on in the past was just an illusion for me. I was delusional to think that I was content and happy or that this is the way I had to live my life. This card is saying, I know I can live my life the way I want to it. And this is about you taking charge of your life. And it's not about you being mean to people. This is a bold, dynamic, and somewhat aggressive card in the way that it's aggressive to make things change for you. Because Aries is all about you. It's not about hurting anybody else or being aggressive towards anyone else. Far the opposite. It would be about you being bold and dynamic and in command of yourself. All right? And you can show people you control your surroundings. They don't. Like if the kids have been running this joint since March when they were at home, no. Homie, don't play that. Mama's in charge now, or daddy's in charge now. And we got a structure here going on. And this is the reform that we're doing. And I can see how I can make my life easier and their life better. Because children do look for structure. Even though they resist it, children do need someone to be the disciplinarian in their life. That is something they do need some regimentation and a little bit to learn from. So I really feel like it's about time you're stepping up. For those of you who had Aries as a North Node, that's what you've been working on too, is finding your true north for how you can be in charge of yourself, because you know that you want to please everybody, especially Scorpion women. They're all about pleasing others and what can they create with others. Scorpion men, it's a bit different. They are more in tune to their own selves because they're driven by a sexual drive, a sexual male energy. I'm not saying they're unkind. They're loving and kind, but the Scorpion women tend to get stepped on. So now I'm going to honor this card because Spirit is saying your worries are over. Excuse me. The Nine of Swords is telling us those sleepless nights, the way you've been thinking, all the chitter chatter, the naysayer stuff, the garbage you've been feeding yourself or letting people talk to you about, that you were restless about it, anxious, ridden, depressed, suspicious, gossip even, is over. You're like, you know what, I'm done with the woods with this. This stuff didn't serve me, and I got myself upset. I was here alone trying to deal with this situation. No one was offering me comfort. Even if you have a partner or close friends, there was no reaching you because you were in such a bad state here. Now you're wiser. You can see things clearly, especially Scorpio, the second of the mystical houses, the darkness. You can see in the dark like an owl. 360 degrees, they can move their head, and they hear. They watch, listen, and learn. And Scorpio is like that. You ever see a Scorpio person? They just watch, listen, and learn in the room. They scope everybody out. Those eyes pierce the room. And at the end of the night, they've got everybody in check just by them watching and listening and feeling. This card for you, I feel like you're tapping back into that, your spidey senses, and you're starting to realize I can trust my inner light. I can see the lies that were going on around me, the uncertainties, the anxieties, and no more. This is ending, and I am free of this misery. Some of it was self-made because I allowed myself to think this way. And this is Mars in Gemini, and I've talked to you just before about Mars. So when Mars goes direct in Aries, I really feel like Stella got a groove back, and you're going to step it up and not take this anymore from yourself, the ego, the little mind, and others around you. Because Gemini is chitter-chatter, talking, gossip, communications, writing, socials, cousins, aunts, uncles, siblings, neighbors, local things. So this is all the people around you that might have been talking negatively because of what was going on, and you being a very watery creature, I don't want to say emotional creature, but that tend to be tied into your emotions more, empathic. It may have been weighing you down, and you're just breathing it in and trying to hold back and not saying anything, but this is about you being free of that. And I love this. Look, this is Jupiter, and I just told you about Jupiter's been dancing along with Saturn and Pluto, waiting, like, hey, let me play, let me catch up. So Pluto's coming in to clear everything away for you. This could be after your birthday. This could be sometime in November with the Wheel of Fortune. New cycle with the number 10, and this is definitely Jupiter energy. There's going to be an expansion and things going on with you. So I really feel it'll be tied into this, where you're feeling better and you're thinking clearly, more logical, methodical thinking, and not the nonsense. You're doing things that make sense to you, and you have the clarity. So this is a change of the cycle. It's coming up for you. And this card and the sun is something you usually see around the solar return. So you are entering a new chapter of your life, and this time is the time for you to jump on board. When you have a card like this, it's saying there's an ease of flow coming in, but don't just sit back. Okay, especially Scorpion, sometimes could just sit back. You've got to jump in and ride this wheel all the way, all the way. Whatever more momentum is coming, get on board with that momentum and hang on for this ride and keep going and going. And let it bring to you everything it has till it makes its full circle, all right? Because this is a time for you to build on an opportunity of improvement in things in your life, abundant blessings. And it'll be different for each of you, whether it's love, money, health, school, your trade, travel. Especially travel has been limited. This is a Jupiterian card for Sagittarius. It's all about foreign travel, foreign people, things that are foreign to us. This is very expansive energy, where Gemini is local, okay, neighbors and local small trips. Sagittarius and Jupiter is long distance travel. And we have that polarity right now, Gemini's North Node, Sagittarius South Node. So we are working on planning routes in our life, but this is a time to expand on things and improve. So enjoy this new cycle while you have it, Scorpio, and as things start to come to you in a blessing and you're feeling like, how did this happen? Just keep saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, and allow more of it to come to you. Because here it is, this holy grail. I look at the aces like a major arcana. This is autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, and spring in the Southern Hemisphere. So it would tie in with this time frame, and this kind of holy grail feeling. The pleasures of life will be returned to you. You feel safe, you feel loved, you feel appreciated, you feel secure, you feel financially stable. You know, all the things that money cannot buy, this card imbues and embodies. And there's this beautiful gold tranquil water here. So that's that alchemical process of the raw state to the pure state, right, of gold. And I feel like you are seeing at this time, especially during your solar return, this abundant blessing happening for you. You know, things might spark up in your love life, you know, which was stagnant. For some of you, this is a new love coming in, a whole new love. And this is not, this is not just, you know, fleeting. This is long term. I always say, like an invitation to love that is lasting. This is something that you can constantly drink from the cup and feel your thirst quenched. So for some of you, it will be partnering even in a business venture that might have been stagnant or you couldn't get a hold of and you walked away from and started something new, a side hustle or a new job, vocation, working from home on a craft that you love, and you're partnering with someone or other people. This is a time of success for you, as that will take off, and there'll be a good joining there. There's a nice balance there. You know, and we are in Libra, so that is about harmonic balance with relationships in the 7th house, but then we spill over into Scorpio on that cusp. So it's definitely between September, October, but during the time of the autumnal equinox, right, which we're in for the Northern Hemisphere, September 20, 21st, 22nd, through and up until the vernal equinox in March 2021. So in that time frame is when you're feeling this renewed sense of bliss, joy, happiness, love, pleasure, safeness, and there's abundant joy coming. So enjoy this. This is a time for you to start new things. This is the time for you to be successful in new things. And this is the time for you to be the new you. As we return to the world, we don't know what this world is going to be like. But you need to adapt to this new world. And you need to recognize that the old world and the old you didn't serve its purpose. This is a time for you to step into your power, Scorpio. And it's with love. And you feel it. This is a beautiful reading. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful reading. I hope you guys enjoy it. And thanks for watching and subscribing and liking. If you haven't, please do so. It's great to make connection with you guys through the readings. I'm getting a lot more of them, and it's nice to see you face to face. If you celebrate Halloween, which I know Scorpions usually love, be safe, enjoy yourself. We're all wearing a mask anyway. Enjoy October, nonetheless. I'll see you guys next month. And as always, I wish you the best.